In this video, I'm going to show you how I open up a Rocker RStudio image using Podman. Podman is an alternative for running images and containers, and it's a little different than Docker in that you don't run as root by default. So one of the criticisms of Docker is that it runs as root by default, and so that somebody who was in the container and had a user that didn't have root access would get root access when they're inside the container. And Podman doesn't do that. You're not running as root by default. So let's go ahead and open up a one of these Rocker images. I've already pulled the image, and this feature of Podman about it not running as root is going to cause a little bit of a difference. It's not a problem at all as long as you know to expect it. Okay, so I clicked run that image. It brings me up here. I could definitely do this at the command line, but it's just going to be a little easier to see what's happening if I do it in the desktop app. So same thing, I could give it a name, I'm not going to. This is the local port that we're going to be opening the app on. Okay, that's all I do. Great. Okay, here we go. All right, so now it's running and it's on port 8787. So let's go over here. Now, normally what I would do, like if I had opened this on Docker, I would do this. And I know what the default user is. It's RStudio. And incorrect, invalid username. Okay, what happened? So you might think, oh no, like something's wrong with the image. I happen to be on an Apple, a Mac Apple. Maybe there's something wrong with the architecture that I'm running on. No, it's not anything like that. Let's go here. So the nice thing here, we can see the logs. So let's look through this, scan, 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 scan. Here's this part telling us that we're not running as root. Giving us a little heads up. And here you see, you will log in using root. That's interesting. Okay, and then right here, this line, deleting the default user RStudio since it's not needed. That's the difference. So let's go back here. Let's try that, root test. There we go, and now we're in. Okay. So just keep that in mind when you're running RStudio with Podman, that it is changing your username.